Good morning, Brinklow. It's Monday morning, and we are excited to know that we are alive again. We are living in unprecedented times, and we are clear that we are in a warfare. But in this warfare, we can be confident that the sovereign God still reigns and he still rules, and he will guide us through. Today, I just want to talk to you about hope, trusting in God in these difficult times. You will recall in the 1800s, there was a religious ideology and thought that was prevalent in America. It was called deism. Deism. And what it speaks to is that there were those who believed that, yes, God created the world, he was the creator, but then God stepped back from his creation and let humanity run the affairs of the world. That mankind had to step in and figure things out and see that the world was successful moving forward. So deists believe that God made the world, but it took man's ingenuity, his mind, his intelligence to make all things happen. That's not the Bible that I read. God not only made this world, but the sovereign God also takes care of the world. He stepped into our experience. We know that because Jesus came. But more importantly, I want you to know today that we don't have an absent landlord in God. God shows up in humanity and God guides humanity. He is the sovereign God who has the whole world in his hands. So although there's a lot going on and things that people don't understand, and we're watching what's taking place in this country and around the world with the pandemic, and there are individuals whose hopes is growing weary and they don't know what to do, I want to tell you that the best thing you can do, the most important thing you can do, is trust in the Lord. You know, Psalm 20 and verse 7 says, "Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord our God." You see, it doesn't matter what's going on in this warfare. We got a God who is able to keep us and to carry us through and to bless us in spite of the circumstances. So this Monday morning, I want you to have hope and remember that he's got the whole world in his hands. In fact, I want you to sing that song sometime today, that song that says he's got the whole world in his hands. He's got my mommy and my daddy in his hand. He has everybody here in his hands because God has the whole world in his hands. He is that sovereign God. We may battle, we may fight, but we have confidence that God is able to keep us. So today, this Monday, there are certain things I want you to do every day. Number one, your day begins with trusting in God, spending time in worship to the sovereign God. Don't start with CNN. Don't start with the news. Don't start with TV. Start with God. Stay with God. And then after you have worship, you always know I want you to exercise. I want you to find something to do, even though you may be sequestered in isolation or self-quarantine. I want you to find something physical to do while you're in your own homes. Whatever it is, get creative. There are many things you can do while we are in self-isolation. Then the third thing I want you to do is to take time to do something that speaks to your personal development. It could be reading a book, it could be writing something, it could be a new crossword word puzzle, or some other work that develops you mentally. It helps you to grow. So that's the third thing. The fourth thing I want you to do today, starting today, I want you to work on a home project. Yeah, home project. You know, there's some closet that needs to be cleaned out. There is some painting that needs to be done. There's some rearranging of furniture that you've been dying to do. So do some kind of home project. And I know that you'll be blessed just by taking the time to do these basic four things, because in doing those things, you will be occupied and you will remember that, look, life continues. I must continue to live. Because some trust in chariots, Psalm 20 and verse 7, some trust in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord our God. May God bless you and keep you on this day. Be blessed.